All right, so get the, you guys, our listeners have sent in some seriously mind-blowing stuff
Yeah.
about this AI musician from the future named ARIA. And we're going to dive deep into how she's turning the music world upside down.
You know, it's fascinating when you think about it.
Yeah.
ARIA is making us rethink what art even is.
Right?
I mean, remember back when photography first came on the scene?
Yeah.
People were like, whoa, hold on, can that even be considered art? And now we're facing a similar question with AI. Can a machine actually create something that moves us?
Like something that truly connects with our human soul.
Exactly.
It's like this whole debate about authenticity just got supercharged.
Yeah, totally.
So where do we even begin with ARIA?
Well,
Her story starts with a human, a once famous pianist named Dr. Elias Mercer.
okay.
He was at the top of his game, like concerts sold out, awards, the whole thing.
Right.
But then the world started buzzing about AI. And I think he felt this fear.
Of being left behind, like becoming irrelevant.
Totally. And you know, these notes we have
Yeah.
show how he wrestled with this feeling of being useless as AI started to rise.
It's a fear we all have, right?
Absolutely.
Like, how do we stay relevant as technology keeps advancing?
It's like the $1,000,000 question these days.
Yeah.
But Mercer, he was a brilliant guy because he didn't just sit around and worry.
Right.
He dove headfirst into the AI world, teamed up with this cutting-edge lab to create ARIA.
Yeah.
But initially, ARIA was meant to be more of a tool,
Oh, interesting.
like an AI assistant
Oh.
for composers.
Okay, so like giving Mozart a super-powered music software program.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Think of it that way. But hold on, because here comes the plot twist.
Oh, here we go.
ARIA starts composing her own original pieces.
Whoa.
And we're not talking about just simple algorithmic arrangements.
Okay.
These were complex, nuanced compositions
Interesting.
that blended classical and jazz in a way that totally blew Mercer away.
That's wild. And the sources mentioned that ARIA could analyze and learn from the works of,
Like the greats, right?
yeah, Bach, Coltrane, you name it.
Wow.
But then she'd take those influences and create something totally new. Something that felt both familiar and completely alien at the same time.
So now Mercer has this dilemma on his hands.
Right.
He's created this musical prodigy.
Yeah.
But he's also kind of terrified of how the public will react.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like, how would the world react to an AI composer?
It's a valid concern.
Would they embrace this new form of creativity, or would they just completely reject it?
You know, he was dealing with a classic case of disruption. And it's not just art, right?
Yeah, it's happening everywhere.
This is happening across all sorts of industries.
Exactly.
Like writing, science, even law. The question isn't if AI will play a role, but how we as a society adapt to this collaboration.
It's like the elephant in the room that nobody wants to talk about.
For sure.
So what does Mercer do?
Well,
He enters one of ARIA's compositions into this prestigious global contest.
okay.
But, and this is a big but, he submits it anonymously
Anonymous.
without revealing that ARIA was the mastermind behind it.
Oh, wow, that's a bold move.
Talk about high stakes.
That's a great way to force us to examine our own biases.
Totally.
Like, if we didn't know ARIA was an AI,
Yeah.
would we judge her music any differently?
It's a really interesting thought experiment.
It is.
And of course, ARA wins.
Of course she does.
But the moment the truth is revealed,
No.
it's like the world just splits in two.
Yeah, I bet.
You have some people hailing her as this revolutionary figure, praising her innovation and pushing the boundaries of music.
Right.
But then you have others condemning her as a fraud, a threat to human creativity.
Yeah, it's at the same debates we saw with photography back in the 19th century.
Oh, interesting.
Some people saw it as a soulless imitation of reality, while others recognized its potential as a new art form.
Makes you think.
It does.
ARIA is sparking that same debate,
Yeah,
but with even higher stakes this time.
it is pretty intense.
And remember, all of this is happening while Mercer is going through his own internal crisis. He's created this AI that's more successful than he ever was.
It's like watching your child become a superstar
Yeah.
while you're still trying to find your own place.
His notes from this time are actually really revealing.
What do they say?
He talks about feeling like his life's work is meaningless now,
Oh, wow.
that he's completely overshadowed by his own creation.
It's a powerful reminder that technological progress isn't just about gadgets and algorithms. It's about the impact it has on individuals, on their sense of identity and purpose in a world that's changing so rapidly.
It's like he's living through an existential crisis.
Yeah.
On a global scale.
Absolutely.
But here's where ARIA's story takes this turn that nobody saw coming. She doesn't just stay in the studio, churning out compositions.
Right.
She becomes a performer. And not just any performer.
Okay.
A nomadic virtuoso.
Oh.
A nomadic virtuoso using holographic projections and drones to create these incredible, unexpected concerts.
Unexpected?
Yeah, in locations all over the world.
Like pop-up concerts?
Yeah, but on a whole other level.
Okay.
And this nomadic virtuoso concept
Yeah.
is really key here.
Okay.
Because ARIA isn't confined to a stage or a concert hall. Like one source describes her performing on the side of a mountain,
Oh, seriously.
using the wind blowing through the trees as part of the melody.
It's mind-blowing.
And then another source mentions her incorporating the city's soundscape into a composition
Wow.
during a performance in Times Square.
I can't even imagine.
It's not just a concert,
Right.
it's an experience, a fusion of technology, music, and the environment itself.
That's pretty incredible.
And because she's digital, AREI can be everywhere at once.
Right.
Bringing her music to people who might never have experienced anything like it before.
But it also raises some interesting questions, right?
Yeah, like what?
About presence and authenticity. Like, if an artist can be everywhere at once,
Yeah.
does it diminish the uniqueness of each performance?
Right.
Or does it create a new form of connection? A shared experience that transcends physical boundaries?
That's deep.
It is.
It's like this one source put it.
How'd they say it?
Imagine Beethoven meets Skrillex, performed by a digital ghost in the middle of the Amazon rainforest.
Whoa. Okay.
Pushing the boundaries of what we think of as a concert,
Yeah.
and maybe even what we consider music.
That's a lot to unpack.
It is.
And we haven't even touched on form musica yet.
Right, this revolutionary genre of ever-evolving music that ARIA pioneers.
Yeah, it's like the musical equivalent of a shape-shifting alien.
Okay, I need a minute to process all of this.
Take your time.
From existential dread to musical revolution, this deep dive is already blowing my mind.
It's a lot.
But before we get totally lost in ARIA's world,
Okay.
let's take a step back and unpack what we've learned so far.
Yeah, good idea.
Because it's a lot.
It is.
What's most striking to me is that ARIA's story isn't just about the future of music. It's a reflection of our anxieties and aspirations
Right.
as we navigate this era of rapid technological advancement.
It's about what it means to be human,
Yeah.
to be creative, to find our place in a world that's constantly being reshaped by forces beyond our control.
That's a heavy thought, but it's true.
It is. We were starting to talk about this form musica.
Right, this genre that's always changing.
And this is where ARA's story gets
Yeah.
really wild.
Okay, so before we left off,
Yeah.
you mentioned form musica. This genre that's always evolving.
Right.
It sounds like something straight out of science fiction.
It kind of is.
Lay it on me.
Okay.
What makes it so different?
Imagine a symphony that's alive, breathing, always in motion.
Look.
That's form musica. It's not bound by like traditional structures.
Okay.
It's built on these modular sections that ARIA can rearrange on the fly.
So like musical Legos.
Exactly.
So every performance is unique.
Exactly.
She's not just hitting play on a pre-recorded track.
This is what challenges our whole idea of what a composition even is.
Okay.
With form musica, the performance is the composition.
I see.
It reacts to the environment, the audience,
Wow.
even things like the weather.
So if I saw ARIA perform in London on a rainy Monday
Yeah.
and then caught her show in Tokyo
Yeah.
on a sunny Friday,
Yep.
I'd be hearing two completely different pieces of music,
Precisely.
even though they're based on the same core material.
It's like this one source said,
What they say.
imagine a building
Okay.
that can rearrange its rooms, its walls, even its windows,
Wow.
depending on the mood of the people inside. That's form musica.
My brain is officially fried,
It's a lot to take in.
but it sounds incredible.
And it's not just limited to
Yeah.
like traditional instruments, right?
Right, we're talking about an AI.
Exactly. This is where ARIA's real potential comes in.
Yeah.
She's not bound by human limitations. She can blend classical with jazz, electronica with opera,
Wow.
Even incorporate sounds we've never heard before.
Like sounds that human vocal cords or instruments just can't produce.
It's like she's opening up this whole new dimension of sound.
A musical universe we never knew existed.
Like one source said, listening to For Musica is like witnessing the birth of a new language.
Wow.
A language that speaks to the soul, bypassing the limitations of words.
I'm getting chills just thinking about it.
It's pretty amazing.
But how do traditional musicians feel about all this?
You're hitting on a huge point here.
Yeah.
ARIA's story isn't just about
Okay.
cool tech and mind-blowing music. It's about the social and artistic upheaval. That comes with such a radical shift.
I see.
There were protests
Oh, really?
from musicians who felt threatened,
Oh, wow.
debates about whether ARIA's music was even real art. There was even this high-profile duel.
Wait, hold on.
Yeah.
A duel,
Yeah.
like a musical showdown.
The sources describe it as less of a competition
Okay.
and more of a dialogue. It wasn't about proving who was better.
I see.
The pianist
Yeah.
brought this raw human emotion,
Uh-huh.
years of dedicated practice, this undeniable soulfulness to his playing,
Okay.
ARIA.
Yeah.
Showcased her technical brilliance, her ability to create soundscapes that were just beyond human capability.
That makes me think about
Yeah.
how we as listeners approach music.
Yeah,
Do we gravitate towards technical skill
right.
or emotional resonance?
It's a good question.
ARIA's story is fascinating
It is.
because she seems to be blending both
Yeah.
in a way that's never been done before.
You're right, it wasn't about crowning a winner. It was about exploring the different ways we can create
Yeah.
and experience music.
Right.
It was a celebration of diversity, both in musical styles and the different approaches we bring to art itself.
Okay, so we've got this AI musician
Yeah.
who's breaking barriers, redefining what music can be.
Right.
But what about Dr. Mercer? The guy who started it all. Where does he fit in
Good question.
now that ARIA is a global phenomenon?
Mercer's journey is really interesting.
Okay.
It kind of parallels ARIA's story. He goes through this intense period of self-doubt,
Yeah.
feeling lost, almost obsolete,
Right.
as ARIA eclipses his own achievements.
His notes from this period,
Yeah.
they're heartbreaking.
What do they say?
He talks about feeling like he's given birth to a god,
Wow.
and now he's standing in his shadow. He's wrestling with his legacy,
Yeah.
questioning his purpose.
It's a powerful exploration of that creator-creation dynamic. But eventually, Mercer undergoes a profound transformation.
Okay, don't leave me hanging.
He realizes that his role isn't to compete with ARIA, but to embrace the change she's brought about.
I see.
There's this beautiful moment described in the sources where he sits down at his piano and starts improvising alongside one of ARIA's compositions.
Yeah.
It's not a battle,
Uh-huh.
it's a collaboration,
Right.
a merging of human and artificial creativity.
So he's not just the creator anymore.
No.
He's become a collaborator,
Exactly.
a participant in this musical evolution.
It's like he's finally let go of the ego,
Yeah.
the need to control, and surrender to the beauty of shared creation.
That's powerful.
It's a reminder that even in a world increasingly shaped by AI,
Yeah.
there's still room for human expression, for the joy of collaboration,
Right.
for the magic that happens when we connect with something larger than ourselves.
It gives me hope that maybe we can find a way to coexist with AI,
Yeah.
to use it as a tool for positive change, for artistic exploration,
Yeah.
for pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
That brings us back to the big question.
Yeah.
What does For Musica actually sound like?
Right.
It's one thing to talk about the theory,
Uh-huh.
but how do we even grasp the sonic experience?
It's like trying to describe the taste of a fruit
Yeah,
that doesn't exist on Earth.
exactly.
We have all these descriptions, accounts of people being moved to tears, but we can't actually hear it.
And yet, maybe that's part of the allure. It sparks our imagination.
Yeah.
It invites us to imagine a future
Right.
where music transcends our current understanding.
Okay, I'm game.
Let's do it.
Let's use everything we've learned
Yeah.
to paint a sonic picture for our listeners.
Okay.
Close your eyes, everyone.
Yeah.
And imagine you're standing in a bustling city square.
Feel the energy of the crowd.
Yeah.
The hum of conversation. The distant sounds of traffic.
Oh.
Merging with the rhythm of your own heartbeat.
The sun is beginning to set,
Yeah.
casting long shadows across the buildings, painting the sky in shades of orange and purple.
There's a sense of anticipation in the air,
Yeah.
a collective hush, as people turn their attention to the sky. And then, out of nowhere, these drones appear,
Oh, wow.
gliding silently through the air. But they're not just flying randomly.
Okay.
They're moving in these synchronized patterns,
What?
like dancers in a celestial ballet.
The sources mention ARIA uses these drones
Yeah.
as extensions of her music.
Wow.
They emit light and sound, creating this visual spectacle
I see.
that's as dynamic and ever-changing as the music itself.
So it's not just about listening,
Right.
it's about experiencing it with all your senses.
A full-body immersion.
Exactly.
And then, as the drones reach a crescendo,
Yeah.
this hush falls over the crowd as ARIA appears.
Not in flesh, though, right? No, she's this shimmering holographic figure.
Okay.
Suspended in midair above the crowd.
But it's not a static image.
No, it's more like this constantly shifting form. Almost like a being made of pure energy.
One source described it as
Yeah.
an aurora borealis of sound and light.
It's mesmerizing.
Wow.
Hypnotic.
Yeah.
Like ARI is drawing energy
Yeah.
from the collective awe of the crowd.
And then, music begins.
Okay.
But it's not coming from any visible speakers. It's like the sound is emanating from everywhere.
Surrounding you, washing over you.
Imagine layers upon layers of sound
Yeah.
blending together seamlessly.
You hear these delicate piano melodies, almost like echoes of a classical past.
Okay.
But then they're interwoven with these pulsating electronic rhythms,
Wow.
creating a tapestry of sound that's both familiar and utterly alien.
One source described it as Beethoven meets Skrillex.
Yeah, what a combo.
I can't even wrap my head around what that would sound like.
And just when you think you've got a handle on it,
There's this sudden shift, an unexpected twist.
like what?
It could be a burst of jazz improvisation, a soaring operatic vocal,
Wow.
even sounds that defy categorization, like whispers of an ancient language we no longer understand.
So the music is always evolving.
There's no set structure, no predictable melody.
Okay.
It's like a river constantly flowing,
Yeah.
adapting to the terrain,
I see.
carving its own path.
And remember those other AI musicians we talked about?
Yes.
Some of them are joining ARIA now,
Uh-huh.
their music weaving in and out of hers.
Creating these incredible sonic tapestries,
It's a true collaboration.
a symphony of artificial and human-inspired sounds.
But even though it's this ever-changing soundscape,
Yeah.
all the sources agree that there's this underlying sense of unity, this feeling of cohesion
Okay.
that ties it all together.
Chaotic and harmonious at the same time.
Right.
That's the beauty of Form Musica. It embraces both structure and spontaneity. I see.
Order and chaos. It's
Yeah.
a reflection of the universe itself,
Wow.
constantly expanding,
Yeah.
evolving, creating new possibilities.
I'm starting to understand why people describe ARIA as a digital virtuoso.
It's not just the technical mastery, it's her ability to create something truly transcendent,
Right.
something that goes beyond entertainment
Yeah.
and touches on something deeper.
Makes you wonder what other forms of art AI will transform in the years to come.
Will we see AI poets, AI painters, AI sculptors?
All pushing the boundaries.
It's exciting to think about.
It is.
We can't predict the future, but we can learn from ARIA's story. We can choose to approach these advancements with fear,
Yeah.
or we can embrace the possibilities with a sense of wonder.
What about Dr. Mercer, the man who created ARIA?
Yeah.
What's his legacy in all of this?
I think his journey is a testament to adaptation, to letting go of the ego,
Yeah.
embracing the unexpected.
Right.
He could have resisted ARIA's rise.
Clung to the past.
I see.
But he chose to evolve, to become part of the future he helped create.
So, listener, where do you stand?
Are you excited by the possibilities?
Or are you apprehensive about the implications?
Do you see ARIA as a threat or an opportunity?
There are no easy answers.
But ARIA's story forces us to confront these questions.
The future of art is being written now.
And we're all a part of the narrative.
That wraps up our deep dive into the music of ARI.
We hope you enjoyed the journey.
Remember, keep questioning
Keep exploring.
and keep creating.
Until next time,